I really enjoy taking things apart and fixing them, but shooting videos or editing them consumes really a lot of time. So if this kind of videos are helping you, and if you want to help back or support, please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down if I did something wrong, and yeah, back to the video now. Alright guys, try to bear with me because I will be doing voiceover to my own video. I originally shot this video in my own language, and I said, nah, okay, I can just do the voiceover later, which is terrible because now I have to listen myself and try to do voiceover, whatever. So it may suck, I'm sorry. This is the first video of a series of videos. We bought a motorcycle. It's a Kawasaki GPZ500, and as you can see, I'm starting with the carburetor. In this video I will take it apart, clean it first and then take it apart, and then we decide to do everything, actually just taking the engine and stuff. There is another video in a single cylinder CBF 150. I will let its link right up there. And I don't know if this carburetor belongs to the GPZ500, but I don't know. You can leave a comment down below if you know it. I have no idea and didn't search for it. So these are our air intakes. The clean the clean air comes through here, and that's the the fuel inlet, which goes to these fuel bowls. These two parts, which has the fuel floats, and there is the valve also. So the fuel enters from there, and this is the idle. You adjust the idle, and it's connected to here, which is the gas lever, which is connected to the butterflies. So the two carburetors are working in tandem, and as you can see, there are other parts connecting them together. That's the vacuum line, which is connected to the air inlet, I guess, if I'm not so wrong. So as you can see, again, there are the butterflies, and this is our choke. As you can see, the chokes are also joined together. There's not much I can say. The two carburetors are joined together. As you can see, I will start to clean them now, but before I do that, I will take them apart, because it will be easier to do that way. When you are dealing with this kind of things, you have to have proper tools. If I can show that like if you look at that one, the people who have hands on this carburetors before, they really damage these screws. And especially with these Phillips head screwdrivers, they're very easy to damage if you don't use the proper tools. So for example, I'm trying to show that you should use a screwdriver which fits inside the screw snugly as much as I can. If you are using flathead screwdrivers, you should match the head of the screwdriver. For example, if your screw head is relatively big, don't try to open it with a small screwdriver. And all of the screws fasteners are fastened in factory tools most of the time, and they get together with time. They get much stiffer. You may end up using this impact drivers, and these are called impact drivers. You hit from the rear, and then you apply a torque on the fasteners you need to take apart. And for example, if your Phillips head screw is very stiff and you're unable to get it out with your hand, you use this tool and you hammer it from the rear and then you apply a torque and you can also, I'm just showing, you can change its fastening or losing with the tip. I loosened everything before, and now I will separate them, and after I separate them I will clean them from outside, and then I will take them apart and clean the insides also. By the way, there will be a short version of this video also. I will be just taking these apart, both of them at the same time, and I will put them back together. So if you are not into this video, if this video is too boring for you, You can check that video. I should shoot this video especially for the people in my own country, because there is a lack of this kind of information online. So I especially made this, I tried to pack as much information as I could. So this is the reason why I'm talking so much and why the video is so long. I unscrew the pieces which holds the two carburetors together, and I lay them in order up there. And if you won't be back to this project, this kind of projects, you should label your stuff. You can use plastic cups, whatever, just to sort them out. Now I will just split them, and there is a spring that you will see that it will fall. You should be careful, because it will fall, so it shouldn't get confused. I will just pull them apart, and you can see, as you can see, you split them and the spring fall. And this is the fuel entrance. I call it entrance all the time. They have O-rings and stuff, but at the moment they are, as you can see, they are very, very dirty. A lot of dirt, grime, sand. If there is nothing wrong with them, it's obvious that they need a cleaning. So as I said, I will clean them. I'm using, unfortunately, gas, ordinary gas, and I will use Dremel. I am using gas because it was the cheapest option I could find. At least I will be doing this in an open air. As you can see, I have some hooks and tweezers if you need to go into very deep areas. Of course, toilet paper, brushes and stuff. As you can see, now I will try to lose that dirt outside. And yeah, then I will try to make everything outside as clean as possible. I try to clean them as much as possible, and my main goal is not cleaning the oil, because the oil is our friend. The sand, our goal is to clean the sand, because when the sand goes between working pieces, it acts like sandpaper. I also clean these connecting pieces and the screws and stuff with Dremel. And if you have on hand, as you saw, I use Dremel. It makes the life much easier with some stuff. Now I will take them apart one by one, and I will start from the bottom part. That's the fuel bowl. The below part is the fuel bowl, and the top part is where it connects to the vacuum. I always forgot its name. And try to keep your table as clean as possible, because you don't want to introduce any new dirt inside. As I said, you can use the impact if these are very stuck. I already loosened them to make the video shorter, but at this point it's funny to say that I try to keep the video short, because it's like 25 minutes. So yeah, I'm taking them out now one by one. Now I can take the fuel bowl off. That screw you are seeing is the drain screw. When you need to get rid of the fuel, if you want to get rid of the fuel, you take it out and then you drain the fuel. As you can see, there is rust that's on the right side of my hand in the fuel bowl. There is this reddish brownish thing that is rust, and if you know about these things, most of these things are aluminium, magnesium. That's definitely not iron, but the thing we are seeing is iron rust. So if we have that red iron rust, the first thing you need to look at is your petrol tank, because this ethanol in the new fuels is doing that, and we have rust in our fuel bowl. So that will be another video actually. So now I'm trying to take the seal, the rubber seal, but it is very, very stiff and it feels like something, so there's a lot of glue. It feels like I use this dental pick and I'm not trying to pull the seal, pull the rubber o-ring, and as you can see, I'm trying to go below it and lift it up because I'm not sure if I can find a replacement for that. And as you can see, there is that things like very baked silicone seal. I don't know if someone did it before me or is it something else. I have no idea. But as I said, you should be careful not to damage it because you may not find a replacement. I will be making videos on how to make not custom o-rings, but the o-rings on your own. But yeah, it's just extra work. Now I can take the fuel bolt, that yellow thing. It has that pin that's just holding it. In this carburetor, you can just push it from one side and pull it. That's that easy. Of course, don't lose it. And you pull the fuel float with the fuel valve. It is hanging there now. Now you can see the valve in my right hand if I can take it. Yeah, that's the fuel valve, let's say. So it lets fuel in or stops the fuel flow, depends on the level of the fuel inside the fuel bowl. They're working together with the float. As you can see, there is a small pin. It's spring loaded. It has to travel easily, that you can control. And this shouldn't have, the fuel float shouldn't have any holes on it. There shouldn't be any fuel inside it. So it has to be free from holes. And we have our jets. This is our main jet, as far as I know. And this is the idle jet, if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, please add it in the comment section. I'm not crazy professional. I'm not crazy. I don't have much information about these things. I just know as much as I need. Someone before me was there, so as you can see, they damaged the tip of the screw, and that's the second hole on the right, the last hole on the right is where the fuel valve sits. That is our idle screw, and if you need to take that apart, there's a lot of videos, but the idea is turning it clockwise all the way down and counting the turns, and then taking it off completely when you need to take it off. So when you need to put it back on, you do the opposite. So you put it all the way back in and then count back on counterclockwise, how much you need to turn. And I'm trying to use the best fitting screwdriver I have not to strip the head of these screws, because they're brass, they're relatively easy to damage. And of course there shouldn't be any blockage inside these, especially with all that rust, as you can see. So that's an 8mm. You can take it apart. You can do it with an 8mm socket. I already loosened it because it was faster to do it that way. You see that there are these holes on it, and these shouldn't be blocked also. And as you can see, there is this iron rust, so it shouldn't be there, but it is there. And as you can see, that's the needle which is connected to the vacuum line. It goes up and down to let more fuel or less fuel, let's say. As you can see, you can manipulate it with your finger if you want to, and it shouldn't be bent. The tip of it shouldn't be too damaged. So I put this part back in to keep the needle safer while I work on other stuff. As I said, when you want to take the idle screw, you need to count how much turns it takes to go all the way to the bottom. Now I'm putting a mark on the aluminium casting, so that will be my let's say I start counting from that mark. So I make, let's say I aim for that mark, and as you will see, I try to line it with the slit of the screw. So then it will tell me how much turns, then I can calculate how much turns it takes. So I will start turning it now to clockwise. So this is the first turn. This will be the second turn. This will be the third turn. Yeah, and it still continues. Or does it continue? Or the screw got stuck inside. It was too thick. Now I've switched another screw and I'm still turning. And almost at the fourth, as if you can see, it's like 99% of four turns. Now I can take it all the way out because I know that how much turns I need to back it off once it hits the rock bottom. So that's the way everyone's doing it. So now, but yeah, I'm just adding the information. So the very tip of it shouldn't be bent or broken. Sometimes it happens when someone messes it up, tightens it too much. So you can check it. It can cause idling problems, obviously. And I am almost finished. And there is another jet, as I said. It's hard to see, but if your screwdriver can reach there, you can do it. Of course you can reach, but sometimes you need to adjust the screwdriver, because I end up doing it. And by the way, I forgot to add that the idle screw has a spring and the washer. I forgot to add it. To be able to take that jet, I need to modify the screwdriver a bit. As you can see, I grind the side, the cheeks, let's say, of it, to grind to make it as flat as possible, because I wasn't able to take it in another way. No other screwdriver worked. And if I don't break it while I try to smash it on the table, hopefully I will be able to take it apart. So yeah, as you can see, it also came off, and it shouldn't also have anything blocking it. And as you can see, someone again was there before and damaged the tip. And that's what happens with these screws, if you don't use proper tools. And very likely they try to go there in a narrower screwdriver. So because they weren't able to apply enough torque with a narrower screwdriver, they damaged it. Maybe they managed to open it. Maybe they just messed with it, who knows. And I'm done with the blow part. And now I can take the choke, the choke valve, I guess, it's just called choke. I can take it out. I can use it with a 12mm socket. I again loosened it to be able to make it shorter, but as I said, to say that it's very, very stupid at the moment, because the video is definitely long. And as you can see, it is out. It's relatively clean. I'm a bit surprised actually, but yeah, it's supposed to be that way actually, but I will of course still clean it. And I also put it back with the other parts. And now it's the top part, which has the diaphragm, the rubber diaphragm. And I will put some markings on these pieces, because I don't want to... shooting a video is very nice to know which goes where, or which part came from where. But it's not very convenient when you try to do something. You don't always have computer or camera or whatever with you to check photos or videos. And be careful when you take this cap out, because there is the spring. It's a relatively long spring below it, and if you just forget it, it will pop when you take the last screw out. So try to keep keep a bit of pressure on it while you take the last screw out. And if you are doing it for the first time, you will be like, the spring can fly off, and you will never know that if something else will fly with that also. It's a terrible feeling. So play it safe and hold it. As you can see, careful, I'm removing, and as you can see, there is the spring. And now I can put the spring aside. That's the top cover. It is dirty, but not so much. And this is our rubber diaphragm, which is connected to that needle, which is a piston, I guess called. It has a weird shape. For me, I never seen this shape. I always see just cylindrical parts with this needle attached. As you can see, the tip of it looks okay. It's a bit dirty, but it's not a big deal if the diaphragm has no holes, if it's not cracked, if it's not so stiff, if it still keeps its flexibility, it's okay. For me, the needle is a bit loose, but I actually forget if it was normal or not, because actually I shot these videos very, very long ago. So yeah, and I'm trying to pull it off, if I remember right, but I don't think I was able to pull it off. Yeah. Now I just give up and put it away. So when you put it away, be careful not to damage it. There is the butterfly. I won't take the butterfly, because these, as you can see, these screws which are holding it are hammered down to make them wider, so they won't come loose. But because of that, I don't want to mess with it, because I don't need to take the shaft. But sometimes you need to, if there are bearings or if there are sand between the things. So this is just a plug which gets on that vacuum line, so you can pretty much left it there. And as I can see, there is another brass part inside in that hole. It comes out, but you don't need to take it apart. And now I will try to clean them all. I will use hot soap and water, because I dissolved the heavy oil before. If I had, I would definitely love to use ultrasonic cleaner, but unfortunately I don't have. The second one, this one, there's not really difference going on. So there is the gas, that spring-loaded system, which is connected to the gas gas lines, the metal lines, and then there is the idle screw. So there's not much going on differently. So I will not doing it also in this video, but I just want to say that that's the thing. It's not much difference. I will also take this apart, and as I said, I will use hot water, soap, detergent, whatever I have to get as much as to clean. If you manage to last at the end of the video, I really congratulate you, because I am really bored. But as I said, I did this video mostly for my people, because they usually have no information coming through the people who are doing this kind of stuff. So sorry. If you have any questions and comments, you can leave it in the below section. And as I said, when I look at my videos, I realized that actually I had a video which I'm just taking it apart and putting back together. I will add its link somewhere. So if you manage to go this far, I can just give its information to you. I guess I already did, but I forgot. And yeah, after this I will be cleaning it and putting it back together, but this will be another video following this one. So yeah, I don't know if I would edit this one, it would be, I guess, like fatally long. I would kill someone with boredom. Please leave your comments to the below section if you want to say help, if you want to say thank you, and if you want to help, you can click on the subscribe button. And thanks for watching.